Hello, hello, and welcome back to another video. It's time to take a ride on the veteran Sherman. You know, one day I'm gonna have a lot of wheels, more wheels than just the veteran Sherman. That's why I'm always specifying that I'm on the veteran Sherman, assuming that at some point or another here and there I may be on a different wheel, and maybe it's for newcomers too who don't know what I'm riding. So I'm on the veteran Sherman electric unicycle, new guys. And if you are members of the family already who are subscribed and come back and watch each video, welcome back, folks. Good to have you alongside for the journey yet again. Always love hearing from you in the comments, and I love it when you hit that like button. So thanks for doing that. Folks, it's pretty much a free-for-all out here in Central Park. People are riding their bicycles, people are running, people are playing games with their kids. It's just a wonderful time to get out in nature and enjoy a lovely Sunday after the day after the Puerto Rican Day Parade, where things are slightly calmer and more settled than they were the day before, although I am still seeing a lot of picnics and Puerto Rican flags and things. And yesterday was an absolute hoot. We had a great time on 2nd Avenue and 3rd Avenue checking out the festivities and the great music, and the families out and about grilling and barbecuing and enjoying the scenery. So it's sad to see that come to a close now. And now at this point, it's just like a laid back, more relaxed time to be out here. Folks, how you doing? Let me know in the comments. Today I want to talk with you all about Leaperkim. This is a part 2 to the Leaperkim saga, the company that makes the wheel that I'm riding, the veteran Sherman. Leaperkim makes a handful of wheels now, but back when I bought this veteran Sherman, it was their first and only wheel that they had released into the marketplace, and it was a good one. And they just sat and enjoyed their success and progress off of that wheel for a long time before they decided to foray out into more wheels in their lineup. Wow, look at this. Very cool, those flags. Very nice, man. And so I talked about the veteran Sherman and the veteran Sherman Max last time in another video. If you did not hear it, check it out. You can click on that video. If you click on my user account name and then go to the videos tab, you'll probably see it on one of the more recent videos. Just look at the thumbnails and check it out to hear about the veteran Sherman and the veteran Sherman Max. Today I want to talk about the veteran Abrams, the giant oversized wheel that Leaperkim made that did not fully succeed in the beginning, but now is doing well. It came out with some flaws. It was cutting out and dropping its riders face first, and people were not having it. It instantly gained a horrific reputation. People stayed away from it. People talked about how bad it was. And for the most part, they were correct. It was a dangerous wheel. And here, I'm going to just cut through the grass. I feel like the walking path is a little too crowded. So I kind of just want to get back up there. You know? Don't worry, the lawn is still fine. It's in great condition. Huh. So the veteran Abrams, I'm just going to look at this map, look at my destination. Yep, I've got my destination. I guess it doesn't let me choose walking because it thinks I want to drive. I don't want to drive. Anyway. Oh, I think I know where they are. Okay. So the Leaper Kim Veteran Abrams. Sorry about that delay, folks. Hope you enjoyed the visuals, though, while I figured out where I was going and got situated. The Veteran Abrams was their oversized wheel that was designed with comfort in mind as a cruiser. It was much larger than the Veteran Sherman. It had better machined plastic design. It was more advanced. It was clear they reinvested the money they were making from the Veteran Sherman into new designs and new techniques and manufacturing capabilities, because the Veteran Abrams looked amazing. And if you look in the thumbnail for this video, I'm sure that's where you can see a good shot of it. And of course you can check out more clips of it and pictures of it on the tubes and on Google. So the Veteran Abrams was priced somewhere around the same price as the Veteran Sherman, upwards of $3,000. And it was also around the same top speed, which was around 45 miles per hour. The difference, however, was that it was taller, more comfortable to sit down and ride on, and it had a larger wheel diameter, so it felt better over bumps. And the acceleration was reported to be a little bit slower because it was pretty much a bigger, heavier wheel than the Sherman, yet it had slightly less battery power inside of it than the Veteran Sherman. So that meant that it was underpowered for its size. So you didn't get nearly as much range. I think it was somewhere around 70 to 80 miles of range instead of the Sherman's 100 miles of range. And the top speed, like I said, was around the same, but it felt better going those top speeds on a bigger wheel than it did on a smaller wheel. Now, why did it cut off? Well, apparently the cables for the motor were too thin, and if you overpowered the wheel, too much volts tried to pass through those thin cables and cause the wheel to cut out or to short out, and the wheel would tip over. It wasn't being held upright anymore by the gyrating mechascope in the center of the motor, which meant the rider was put in extreme harm. If you were going 30-40 miles an hour on your electric unicycle and it cut out, which is kind of what happened to me the day of my accident, well then, if you did it and you knew what you were doing and you were overpowering the wheel, you can avoid that and you kind of blame yourself. But if it does it unexpectedly because of a design flaw, then, well, you blame the manufacturer and you blame the wheel and the design, and then your hatred grows and your anger grows. And that's where the Veteran Abrams was kind of floating for a while. Terrible reviews, people were calling it the cutout wheel, and it was even threatening Leaper Kim's whole image of reliability and robustness, and people were definitely not buying the wheel. It was sitting in warehouses, people were making YouTube videos about it. So even if you look up on YouTube Veteran Abrams cutout, you might hear and see all kinds of users complaining about the danger of this wheel. Okay, so that's fair. Well, from what I understand now, today, they've addressed the problem and it's no longer a cutout wheel. It's now just a beautiful, well-priced $2,500 wheel that's safe to ride and worth it to own. I would love to own a Veteran Abrams one day if I have a stable full of wheels. And so that's the story. That's the skinny on the Veteran Abrams. It's just a cruiser. It's not an accelerator. It's not a speedy, zippy, small wheel. But rather, it's a nice, fun, interesting wheel. It's a nice, big, comfortable wheel. And it does hurt your feet when you ride that wheel in the beginning because it's bigger and heavier and tougher to control than your standard smaller wheels. So it takes some getting used to. It's like you're breaking in your feet on a bigger wheel. And that's the story on the Veteran Abrams. It took a few years, but now I think the reputation for the Veteran Abrams is starting to be restored, and it might be safe to purchase once again. Well, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Thank you. I'll see all of you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Goodbye.